Hey there, how are you? Give me a second to flip the camera around. Here we go. Okay. I never know how to hold this camera. I look lovely today, don't I? Okay. So, it's Robin Link here with you today, looking a little worse for the wear. But it is what it is. And I have your energy forecast for the upcoming week. We're going to start with what the theme is. And I'm looking at, I don't even know what date it is. It's 11/11. How could I have possibly forgotten that? Seriously, 11/11. How have you guys been doing? Hey, Robin. The other Robin is here. I love that. Yeah, so it's 11/11, and let's start with that for a minute, man. Like, how has the energy been treating you? It has been crazy over here. I think that's part of the reason that I look like I do. You hear the dog in the background as well. Um, yeah, like this morning, nothing has gone right. Every single thing has taken longer than it needs to, has been more cumbersome than it's needed to be, and it's just really been a pain in the neck. And everybody's talking about how today, 11/11, is, and it's the new moon, by the way, about how it's this wonderful Stargate and portal and like all these really cool new age words, right? What does all that mean? It just really means that it's another day where the energy is making a shift, a profound shift, we'll call it. And I absolutely am feeling it. I did a lot of stuff today that I just didn't really want to do, that's not really in alignment with what's necessary for me to move forward. And I just haven't, we'll say, either figured out or gotten the guts to let it go yet. And so the energy today and the dog is really supporting that. So I'm grateful for that, even though it's just been annoying. So, having said that, I just want to remind you that I am the creator of Spiritual Perfectionists Anonymous. It's a group on Facebook, and we're small, but we're going strong, and we're having some fun in there, just letting go of all our perfectionist tendencies. And part of my practice with that is actually, getting on camera looking like I just came out of, the washing machine. So I would love to have you join us there, Spiritual Perfectionists Anonymous on Facebook. You can find us under the groups. And let's get your reading started for the week of 11/11 to 11/18. So, the first card is the Angel of Self-Acceptance. Now, seriously, people talk about self-love and all this kind of stuff. It starts with acceptance, right? It starts with being like, all right, this is the way I am. And I can choose to change it, but I'm going to choose to make the change because I want to try something different, not because there's something wrong with me. All too often, we waste our energy with judging ourselves because it's what we were taught. We're taught that we have to beat ourselves up in order to be the best that we can be. And I say, just choose to be who you are. And if today you're a crazy purple-haired lady who, doesn't look like she should be on camera, awesome. And if tomorrow your hair looks great and you're calm and you're serene and you look professional, and great, cool. And if on the next day you can't make a connection, or I don't know, whatever some of the stuff you all have been talking about who are already in the group, with where you're judging yourselves, if any of that shows up for you, all right, so what? It's who you are. It's how you are, right? Just accept that your personality is what it is. And it's never going to be perfect by human standards. Ever. Not by human standards. By divine standards, everything is already perfect. But by human standards, it's never going to happen. I don't care who you are. The Dalai Lama gets flack. I don't know if any of you like his page, but there were a couple of times that I was on, I saw some posts by the Dalai Lama, and I thought they were beautiful. And then I started reading comments, and I'm like, oh my God, people are judging on the Dalai Lama. Well, man, if he's going to get judged, and if he's going to be seen as not perfect, then, the rest of us mere mortals, forget about it. Seriously. So, the theme of the upcoming week is self-acceptance. This is the beginning. This is the starting point for self-love, right? When you start to accept that you are who you are, you can move up to the next step, which is liking who you are. And then eventually you can get to that space of self-love, right? But everybody who talks about, mind, body, soul, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're on. But everybody else, they sit there and they talk about how, you need to love yourself and love yourself. Man, that seems like such an impossible step when you beat yourself up for every freaking thing you do. Right, so yesterday, for those of you in the group, you saw I had scheduled a Facebook post to come out and with this graphic that I spent all this time on, and I found a great quote, and and I scheduled it, and I put it through, and I forgot to attach the graphic. That would have sent me to my knees a couple of years ago, because I'm a professional. And now I'm putting out shoddy work. I'm sorry. I know what my clients experience when they go through a healing session with me. I see the changes that they make when they go through a session with me. And the fact that I forgot to attach a freaking image to a post has nothing to do with it. And the fact that I forgot to do that has nothing to do with my genuine desire to be of service to the community. So like for you guys, where is that for you? Where are you beating yourself up for the stupid little human imperfections that can never, ever, 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 ever be perfect, that you can never ever be perfect? Like, where are those little pieces where you're beating yourself up because it's not good enough and not perfect enough? Okay, so self-acceptance for the week, and people judge on the Dalai Lama. I'm sorry, that's I'm not even going to pretend to be close to that man's level. So go ahead, judge away, and understand that you are human. This body you're in right now is human. And it's learning about divine perfection and what that means. So go ahead, learn. One of my healer friends, she doesn't call things lessons anymore. She calls them adventures. So she had posted something about people who have issues with boundaries. And so she said today, so for those of you who have boundary adventures, so here we go. Self-acceptance adventures, not self-acceptance lessons, self-acceptance adventures. Have them, enjoy them, be cool with it. Okay, talked enough about that. We pulled a double for what the energies are that are here to support you for the upcoming week. And notice a little theme here: angel of intuition and angel of meditation. So it doesn't necessarily speak to having to meditate and having to depend on your intuition, but it's speaking more to the energy of introspection this week. So this is really a week where the energy is very supportive of going within and viewing yourself from that space. And I'll tell you what, that is really, really, really supportive of the theme of self-acceptance, because when we go inside and we start seeing our seeming imperfections, we're also better able to see what our perfections are, where we really do thrive, where we really do share our gifts in the physical world, like where we're radiating, that's the word I'm looking for, where we're actually able to radiate in the physical world. And it's not always about what you do. As a matter of fact, most of the time it's not. It's very often about who you be. And so for some of you, you're somebody, when people are in your presence, they might gain strength from being with you, because that's the energy that you emanate, even though you may not feel strong. And there's some people who emanate the energy of motivation, and there's some people who emanate the energy of love and peace and fun, right? So by going within this week, you've got an opportunity of discovering what that natural gift is of yours, what your natural emanation is. And if you're unable to identify it, accept that you're unable to identify it in the moment. Don't make yourself wrong about it. Just be okay with it. All right. And universe, show me the energy that I naturally emanate. Right? Just show me the energy. What is it that I bring to people when I walk into the room just by being me? Because that energy comes from your divine self. Okay? And so funny, I asked, what is the energy that is going to be challenging this week? And so here it is, clarity, right? So you can expect that things aren't always going to be crystal clear to you this week, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So things aren't always going to be crystal clear. And you can actually use that to your benefit, because it allows you to be in the space of curiosity. Okay? So, all right, I don't have the answer to this. I wonder if, my natural emanation is joy. I wonder if my natural emanation is pissed offedness. I wonder if my natural emanation is peace. I wonder. And that's it. Just wonder about it. And if you happen to feel like your natural emanation is pissed offedness, cool. Because sometimes people need that energy in order to make changes in their lives. Like, I know with me, there's a lot of times that there's just stuff that I know I'm doing that's not serving me, and I really would really do well without, doing it anymore. And sometimes I can't seem to get myself to make that change unless I get pissed off. So don't get don't, blah, blah. We definitely not perfect. Don't let the energy, don't get pissed off about being pissed off. Don't start judging yourself if you're angry. It's it's who you are in the moment. It's what you're feeling in the moment. Okay, fine. I'm pissed off. Now, everything that happens can be utilized. So I'm pissed off right now. How can I utilize being pissed off to my advantage? Use it. I'm feeling peaceful right now. How can I use that for my advantage? Whatever you're feeling, however you're reacting, you know what? Robin, said it's a week of introspection, intuition, and meditation. Man, I have not been able to connect with my inner self. How can I use that to my advantage? And all of that, like just that question alone, supports this. Supports the ability to accept yourself. Because you're not making yourself wrong for not being spiritual enough. For not being spiritually perfect enough. Because you're not just spirit. And I love how Angel rang the bell at exactly the time that I said that. It really means he's got to go out, but we're going to pretend that he's agreeing with us. But yeah, there's no reason for you to judge yourself for not following some non-existent rules. You got to remember something. Most of what we learn on this path, I'm not going to say all of it, but most of it, the hard and fast rules we keep getting told or taught, came from humans, came from other humans. So just because it was true for them, it doesn't mean it was true for you. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't there when Jesus was spreading his teachings. At least not in this form. And so I don't have firsthand experience of what he really said. Now, when I connect to him in spirit, I find out that a lot of what we're taught isn't all that far from the truth, at least as far as he goes. And we're not talking about anybody else. It's not all that far from the truth, and yet we interpret it and use it as another way of judging ourselves. So what is that thing? What would Jesus do? Sweetie, we're not Jesus. So just because Jesus may have taken a high road doesn't mean that you're always going to be able to take the high road. Okay? You take the highest road that you can take, and that's it. And then as far as, does that make you a good person, not a good person? It makes you the person that you are in the moment. And if you can just do it and say, well, you know what? I probably could have behaved better. Or I probably could have behaved worse, whatever. You're just accepting that that's what you did. Maybe I could have made a different choice. Don't beat yourself up about it. Beat yourself up about it. Now you're bringing your vibration down. Now you're judging yourself again. Okay? So when you do things that maybe you would have preferred to have made a different choice, okay, I didn't make the best choice I could have made at the moment. I got another moment to make another choice. So as long as you are in a body on this planet and your heart is beating, you can still make another choice. Nothing is forever. At least not in the physical form. All right, so just to recap, because I didn't recap, 26 times already. Theme, self-acceptance, the energy that's in your favor, intuition and meditation. Yes, absolutely. If you can get into a meditative state and depend on your intuition, go for it this week. It should be a little bit stronger, but it also speaks very much to connecting inside and really looking inside. And finally, the energy that's not in our favor this month is this week is clarity. There's not going to be a whole lot of clarity this week. And let me rephrase that. The energy of clarity is not strong this week. It doesn't mean that you personally are not going to be able to find a way to get clarity on things. So, I think that's it. And yeah, that's it. I'm just waiting to hear if they have anything else to say. I will see you next week on the 18th with a reading for next week. And otherwise, you can find us all on Facebook in Spiritual Perfectionists Anonymous. I can't remember the name of my own group. I would love for you guys to invite others. You're welcome. I'd love for you guys to invite others. I'm really working hard at not doing that annoying, hey, Robin, that annoying, just adding people to the group. Oh, I hate getting added to groups. So I'm really working at not doing that. So if you know anybody who'd like to join us, or if you'd like to join us, please do. And you can find me here on Periscope. Somebody asked me what my name is on Periscope. I have no clue. It's probably Robin Link, Linke. All right, guys, have a great week. Thanks for being here. And if you're on the replay, thank you. And that's it. Love you. Bless you. Bye-bye. And try to turn it off.